28 grand a year. That's what we buy our bunker gear with. Bunker gear, $3,500 a set.
Wow. So I'm just here with Wayne. He's the fire chief of the South Pigeon Lake Fire, and our dear neighbor, her house burnt to the ground or burnt down last night, and we're just so grateful for the fire department out here, and it is all volunteer. And Wayne and I were just discussing, like, just bringing awareness for people that are either new to the community or have been here a long time. I've been here my whole life, and I didn't realize that it was completely volunteer, and also everything that you have to cover. Can you talk a little bit about that, Wayne?
Well, we're different than city departments. City departments are well funded, and they're well trained, and they're well equipped based on some pretty good budgets. My annual budget doesn't allow us to do a lot of that, so we're very grateful for all the summer villages and local people for the donations that they give us to help us advance. We obviously, anybody that's been familiar with the area knows that now we're into water rescue and ice rescue. For us, we have to not only deal with structure fires as we did last night, structure fires, bush fires, wildland-urban interface fires. For wildland-urban interface is all these big houses that are built in the trees, rural subdivisions. You know all about it as a realtor, and those are dangerous because where do you get the water? And so that's part of it, but we have to deal with that. We have to deal with motor vehicle accidents. We have to deal with traffic control. We have to deal with the problems that are created by that traffic control with people that do not slow down to 60K when they go through our zone. We have to deal with the COVID thing now. We have to deal with medical first response. We just had a first aid course yesterday again that take us up another level so that we can respond to a lot of these medical calls when the ambulance isn't available or need assistance. So motor vehicle accidents, bush fires, structure fires, wildland urban interface fires, motor vehicle accidents, water rescue, ice rescue, hazardous materials. Those are all things that we have to train, learn, and do and be good at so that we don't hurt our guys and we keep the public safe as well. So that all takes time, effort, and money, and as a result, I mean, it's 99% of our training is done in-house because we can't afford to, get outside people in for the most part. But the biggest majority of it, we're doing okay. We're pretty fortunate. In my department, we have enough resources, and it's a big thank you to the community that helps support that. And the more support we get, the more we can do, which we're being proactive instead of reactive. Is kind of where we're going.
Yeah, and there's the normally there's the Taste of Summer, but what are some of the other ways? Like if people want to make donations to the fire department, what are some ways that they can either get involved or hear more about it or talk to you guys? I mean, you're already so busy. How do we?
It's pretty easy. We have a website, and on that website, there's my name is on there with a phone number. Please call. I'll fill you in. We have different types of donation too. If we're raising capital for one particular project, we'll state that. If you want to donate to that, others just want to donate just to the fire department. We'll put it where we think we can use it most. The best thing is for anybody that wants to donate without going to Taste of Summer or some of the other projects that go on, get a hold of me and I can explain where we're going, what we need money for. And you can decide, what you'd like to do. And the way it works with us, we are administered through the county, so we can the county can issue tax receipts. So whatever we receive, I think there's a minimum number, but whatever we receive, we send in there. It goes into a special account. The county deals with that in the respect of issuing a tax receipt back. So that's kind of how it works. So that's the easiest. We do other projects like we do the Thrill of the Grill at the village. Chefin has been fantastic at supporting us. The IGA Foods has been fantastic. We put a little event on there every once in a while. We can't this year with COVID, but Fallen Co-op has been very supportive. We went there with boots, handed them out, and that was for Santa's Elves. All that money went straight to Santa's Elves. We didn't take a nickel of it, but we help raise money for others as well. So that's, I guess, what it's about. It's about making our community safer through us. I guess the best way to put it.
Well, and I just, on behalf of all of us, we're just so grateful for you guys. And I mean, last night was such a an experience to go through. We've actually had a few fires. Our own garage and guest house have burned down twice. Our neighbor's place has burned down. We've had lots of experience since I was a little kid with the fires out here, and watching you guys in full force last night and the community pull together. We're just tremendously grateful that we do have you and that we've got this, you know, fantastic, well-equipped fire department now. You know, when I was a kid, it was the little fire hall next to the playground.
Yeah, 5 pails and a rope.
And yeah, it was, they would try and hose down the property next to the property that was on fire.
Yeah, defensive instead of offensive.
Yes, yes. So
I got a question for you. You were here all your life at this property?
Yeah.
And all these fires around you, is that saying something?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope not.
I know you're going to edit that
I
out.
know, but this is like the fire block. I hate to say it, but yes, we've had a lot.
That's happened in Oyen, where I came from too.
Yeah.
Right where I live.
So we're done. We are complete with fires. No more.
That's enough, right? Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much, Wayne.
Well, you're welcome, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah.
We don't do it for any of that. We do it because we want to help, and my crew is very, very gung-ho. I've got a bunch of young people in there. Our average age is way below my age. And they depend on the old bald guy now to lead them, but the fact is they're a very well-trained crew, and you probably saw that last night.
Yeah.
They knew their stuff.
Yeah, and everybody was super compassionate too. Yeah. You know, that was a big part that I really saw, is everybody was so helpful. So again, we just really thank you. And the whole idea of doing this was just having a conversation. Our neighbor stayed at our house last night and is here, and it was like, how can we get more awareness out to those of us who care about Pigeon Lake so much? So thank you.
Well, we're all in that same boat, every one of us. Yeah. It hurts us too when we have a runaway that we're more damaged than we'd like. There's times you just can't. You have no option. Winter is the worst because water supply. There's no hydrants in the whole area, none. Yeah, we've got that, but how do you get at it? And in the winter, that's what we're working on right now, is a big lake pump, so we can get more water out of the lake. Where we have an endless supply, then that's where we're heading right now, and
awesome.
That's an expensive proposition. The Taste of Summer gave us almost $20,000 towards it, but it's going to be a $35,000 project, and that's where we're heading right now, is be able to get water out of the lake 365 days a year. And in order to do that, the shallow areas, you got to go a long ways out just to get water below the ice.
Yeah.
And I ran into that when I was chief at Mulhurst there. We had to go out 650 feet to get 6 inches of water. And so,
wow.
Yeah, we're working on that.
And another thing we talked about is the addresses, property addresses.
Yes.
Which I think, like Crystal Springs has got these great addresses. It tells the fire department, and when you got to bring in other fire departments from other communities, it tells them exactly what the address for each place. And I really feel like that would be helpful for you guys too, if we all had addresses on our properties.
The biggest thing there, for more than anything, as we talked about, is we have a decent idea. It's outside medics. If there's a heart attack, a major medical incident, and our local crew out of my hall there aren't around, we get agencies from either Breton, Warburg, or Kelmar, and when there's no proper addressing, it's really hard. And something common that's above the snow level is the key. Whatever goes from there, we don't care, as long as it can be seen in the dark, in the fog, in the snowstorm, or at night. That's big for us. That really helps out emergency services as a whole, not only fire, but everybody involved.
Well, and I think that's the one thing, so everyone get your addresses on. But the ones, for example, at Crystal Springs, they're also reflective.
Yep.
So at nighttime, you can see them clearly.
And they're in a common spot.
Not
on a tree, on a garbage bin, on a garage, that we have to search and search and search sometime to find the number.
Yeah.
And that was the idea behind what Crystal Springs did, Poplar Bay did. A bunch of the summer villages now have gone that way, where there's a common sign in a common spot. We know that right in front of that driveway or gate or whatever, there should be a sign.
Yeah.
And like you say, reflective. It's so much easier to see in the fog and in the snow.
So how do we go to our councils with that kind of request?
Actually, Sylvia Roy could help you with that.
Okay.
Sylvia's been very involved with that. She's been you know, a really strong supporter of those ideas, and she's your CAO for MaMeO.
Okay.
And she's got a very good handle on what everybody else has done and how you go about that. She would be your best bet. I've kind of stayed out of that politics. But
Yeah,
Sylvia would be your best bet for sure.
Okay, awesome. All right, Pigeon Lakers. Sylvia Roy.
Yep.
Sylvia Roy, we're coming to talk to you. All right, thank you so much, Wayne.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.